Self-love is of utmost importance. Now, I don't know how long this is going to take, so I thought, I may as well just do my dishes and have an aim to have it all done, washed, dried, put away by 10 minutes. But obviously I failed. I had 18 items, and I had washed 17 of them. I washed 17, dried 17, and put away 15. But the original intent was to get moving, Now, as I do this, so I'm just going to have my peptide before I have my version of breakfast. No work tonight, obviously. And I'm going to have an RCMOS peptide. Cold water at this time of the night. Chase it with another 3 guzzles. Of water. RCMOS. There goes the water. Nasal spray. And some Neurotypical dry soothing chest support. I felt real stiff around, not real stiff, but not real stiff, but stiffer than usual around the chest. So I've been taking that for the past couple of weeks, once a day. So, self-love is of utmost importance, and obviously I'm not trying to take a parenting role of parents who have autistic kids or ADHD kids or a mixture of both, because I aimed to have 3 kids by the time I was 30. When I was younger, I wanted to have 8 kids, but I now see in my dreams and stuff I've got it 3 or 4. And I see 3, but I'd like to have 4. I'd like to have 2 boys and 2 girls, so that my partner can raise up 2 healthy women, and even though they'll have their own identities, she'll still have an influence on them, so when we go, our legacy and our lineage will continue, and I'll have two boys as well. But parents who don't have ADHD or don't have autism or aren't a mixture of both, you don't know what your kids are going through, and you don't know what's best for your kids. Now, obviously, you let them be themselves, but obviously the fact that they have ADHD or autism doesn't change the fact that they're still children. So they're only kids, right? So they're going to learn through mistakes and everything like that along the way. So obviously you don't want to be like, you can do whatever you want. You want to experiment by going to a smoking party or a drinking party, and you're only like a teenager. Obviously you're not going to let that happen. Not all of them do that, but some do, some don't, because of the wanting to try something different, or maybe try and fit in, because they want to fit in. I got to the point where I'm at where it's like I'm okay with not fitting in, because I spent a lifetime I wouldn't go against my core values. Like, I wouldn't go against the things that I stood for at the time. But if, like, for example, if I wasn't interested in something like netball or handball or something, I'll just jump in and play because I wanted to fit in and pretend to like it, but then I would run out of patience and then do my own thing, like rugby and bull rush and kapahaka and music and things like that. Obviously, there's also generations, times and stuff. If my kids come up with all these ideas to make a big income, they could make more than what they get raised on because I'm pushing to, get into a job where I can earn double the amount as the average person with the, if you do hang in there and you have job experience, you gain job experience, and then you can go up at this within the same company, whilst the other person who's earning triple the amount as the average person goes up and earns more elsewhere. You can, after a couple of years or so, move up to where they're at, and then you're not overtaking them. You're just improving, and so are they, and then you'll be earning triple the amount. And so they might have all these other ideas, and I might have no clue of what's that's all about. But I'm going to drill it into my kids as early as young that I love them and I want the best for them. But at the same time, I don't know everything. And they can actually, there'll come a time, because they say that most people are good and they're up to it, up to speed with how things are, and how things are developing and how things are going. They usually say that you're 2 generations. A generation might be 20 years, 15 to 20 years, and then they say after 2 generations, usually the person their advice becomes null and void. Not because it's of absolute no use, but there's a whole bunch of other things that they're not aware of, because that's not the world they grew up in, because they're in their 40s or whatever, but I'll always be pushing to keep up. But the thing is I had these people at the gym today talking about this naughty kid that was very active and not listening to the parents, was making lots of noise, and I said, well, maybe he has ADHD and maybe he just doesn't know. Well, the thing is also if that's the case, if the child knows that they're only loved for this carefully constructed version of themselves that fits the narrative of the parent and is not actually them, the child might go along with it for survival, but they know that they're not loved, so they want to get attention for themselves, not for being themselves. And if they don't get positive attention for being themselves because they're not accepted for themselves, they have to be neurotypical, because yes, ADHD and autism is genetically passed down, but it can skip a couple of generations. So you might have a grandparent and a parent who doesn't have it, but then the grandparents and the parents don't have it. Maybe their great-grandparents did. The grandparent did. And they got it from them. It can happen that way. And because we are not the majority of society, the world goes to say, if there's more people saying it's right, therefore it's right. It doesn't really matter if it's actually right or not. It's just there's more people saying it, so you have to go along to get along to survive. Well, if the child knows that their real them is not accepted, they have to have this carefully curated performance, then they're going to play up every here and there because they want some attention. And in a child's mind and in a teenager's mind, and in, sometimes even early 20s, negative attention is better than no attention. So, yeah, just something to think about, guys.